welcome back to Dev in the Dark. Today is very super exciting because we'll be starting a rainbow website series. I took 2 hours to decide what I'm gonna do. So this series will be very good for someone who doesn't have any idea about coding and wants to get into it. Unlike most people who started with Python, I started with HTML. So I've started with HTML. So the name of the series will be a colorful rainbow page. And guess what? This is gonna be like a beginner course. We won't need to download anything, as we'll be using a free website called CodePen. So let's go. The beginner course. Before I dive into it, I mentioned earlier I'll be using HTML for the colorful website. So, you hacks, what is HTML? So I'm going to try and explain it in a way that makes sense. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Please don't forget the word. I don't think that sounds boring, but yeah. We can think of HTML like this. If a website is a house, HTML stands like the doors, the walls, and the rooms. It's like a structure that holds everything together. I know a lot of people like play with Lego, so it's more like a Lego block for the internet. And each HTML, because like it comes with a tag, so each tag is like a different Lego piece that will stack together to build an awesome website. Something you might not know or might know is that every website that you visit, even YouTube right now, like Minecraft, Roblox, they all use HTML. So, and you'll be using HTML. So, but throughout the series, we're going to end up using CSS and we're going to be using something called JavaScript. But when we get to that part of the series, we're going to dive more into it. So, just imagine, for those in the science class, just imagine a human body and you are just building the skeleton. Because that skeleton can go to build the skin and the extra stuff. So, let's build the skeleton of our website. Alright, so let's set up our coding playground. You'll be using something called CodePen, as I said earlier. It's like a magic notebook for code that works right in your browser. So we don't need to like download anything on our device. So we're going to type in CodePen.io and we click enter, and that should load up this website that you're seeing right now. With CodePen, you can log in to create an account without being able to like save your code and just come back to it. You have like challenges, but that's not available until you create your account for it. This is a nice way to like try to learn how to code. So for us, we're just going to click on start coding. Click on that. And that should open up our platform for us. Our coding playground for us. As you can see, you have 3 boxes. We have the HTML box, we have the CSS box, and we have the JavaScript box. And right under here, we have the results box here. So any code we write in our top boxes here, we're going to be seeing the results under here. Something I'm going to do for us is, when you click on this, you can change the view. I change it so you can see the result here while you're writing your code on your right hand side. Or you change it to the opposite side. So I'm going to keep it like this so that as I'm typing, you'll be able to see the code side by side. And I'm going to close our CS box and our JavaScript box because we don't need that. And I'm also going to try to expand this our HTML box a bit, so you'll be able to see the code clearly as we are typing. So I just zoom in a bit so that you'll be able to see my code more clearly. So the first thing we're going to type is doc type. You don't start with an exclamation mark, then doc type, then HTML or in lowercase. This line of code is to tell the browser that, hey, this document type is an HTML. HTML files are always saved with .html. We have PDF files saved as .pdf, and it goes on like that. So we go to a new line, and the next thing we're going to open our HTML tag and close it. So most of the tags that has to do with HTML usually have a closing tag. The closing tag is a little bit similar with the opening tag. The only difference that's the / before you type in the tag name. So our advice, anytime you are typing a tag that has a closing tag, please ensure you type in the closing tag before you type in the content that will be inside. That way you're not closing the tag at the wrong place, or you don't forget to close the tag. So the HTML tag serves as a big container where everything goes into, so that there won't be any code outside the closing tag of the HTML. So let's go and write the next tag. The next tag we're learning about is called the edit tag, and that also has a closing tag. So you can ask, what does the edit tag mean? The edit tag is like the brain of our website. It has all the information about our page. When it comes to the title, the character set, as if you are putting emojis, pictures and stuff on your website, the auto sizing of your website. We have different screen. It can be large, it can be big, depending on where you open your website. So the way the website automatically changes its size depending on how big your screen is. All that information is being kept in the edit tag. But since that is kind of like an introduction, I'm just going to put the title tag. And title also has a closing tag. So the title, I'm going to call it My Rainbow Site. And I'm going to ensure that I close the title tag. And after the closing of your edit tag, we have something called the body tag. So I'm going to open it and I'm going to close my body tag. So what is the body tag? The body tag is where you put the information of what everybody will see on your website. So all the letters, the pictures, the videos that everybody is going to see on your website, they are all inside the body tag. Anything you see on the page is what is inside the body tag. The next tag I'll be talking about is called what I call the header tag. The header tag, we have 6 types, and it changes based on the size of the header tag. So we have the H1 all the way to the H6. So I'm going to start with the H1. You're going to see the difference between the H1 and the H2. Let's say you have the H1, and I put the header as Hello Rainbow World. As you can see, as I'm writing it, what is appearing right here. It's appearing right here. So as I'm writing it, you can see that our letters are appearing right here. Made a mistake here. So yes, so as I said earlier, we have the H1 all the way to the H6. So let's say I use H3, and I'm just going to imagine how close it is. Hello. It's just going to imagine that I try to work on it. So let's assume that I'm writing. We have something called the P tag, and the P tag is also called paragraph. And our paragraph tag is to let us know. It's like a normal text. It's a paragraph. So anytime you have a new line of like what you want it to be in a new line, you can also use the P or paragraph. So I can write it and say this is my first website. I don't know if you guys notice the difference between this. So I'm going to show you something. So remember, I didn't close my H3 tag. So let's analyze. You can see it gives us, oh, tag must be paired, missing tag. My closing tag H3 is missing. So that tag match failed on line 11. So it lets me know, okay, I have my opening tag on line 11, but it can't see me close it. So it's gonna lead to errors, especially like when you have long lines of code. And then go with analyzing our code, we are able to it is able to tell us what line the error is in. So I'm just going to go over here and close my H3 tag. And if I go at analyzing it, you see it shows no error as the code is working correctly. So I'm going to wait for the 2 minutes for you to try working on the difference of the H2, H4, H5, and H6, and you'll see the difference. So you have about 5 minutes to wait for it. So as you can see, I've added my H2 all the way to the H6. I'm sure you guys did the same thing. Amazing work. Chef kiss. So finally, you wrote every HTML code and you created a very working website. We've learned a little bit about tags and we've learned a little bit about structure. So next step I'll allow you guys to do is try and make it personalized. Then make it very personal, very unique, make it stand out. I'll try and do the same thing for my hand when we'll see the next lesson. So I want you guys to make it personalized is either each item have 1 or 2 paragraphs in the public, writing your name, introducing it, and all all the small click like that. So I like you to challenge yourself to do that. And in the next lesson, we'll try to add colors to make this rainbow website actually look like a rainbow. Because right now we only have the skeleton of our website. So congratulations on being a web developer. I'm taking your first step on being a web developer. Do not forget to save your code. As I said earlier, if you want to save your code in CodePen, you're gonna have to create an account. If you need me to create a video on that or to go over the CodePen dashboard, I would love to. Just let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, mash the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, put a comment below of your favorite emoji. If you're doing a rainbow, guess mine is the rainbow. So keep coding, stay creative, and I hope to see you in lesson 2. Death in the Dark signing off. Peace out.